That's better.
Yeah.
I think,
It's
we
really,
like seeing,
it's
yeah.
the first I mentioned it.
Hello everyone. It's a nice feeling to be back home after having a good holiday. Having a little break is rejuvenating, making you feel more active, and you'll not be complaining doing the same old jobs anymore. And soon after coming back, we have a little gathering at home, catching up with our family and friends, a few close friends. It's a small bunch, and all these people that I'm expecting home tomorrow are healthy eaters who prefer good food that can be easily digested. So, keeping that in mind, I'm going to make a party food ready, for which I have 1.5 cup of wheat flour, a pinch of salt, 2 tablespoons of barnyard millet flour, half a teaspoon of oil and water. I knead the dough well and I set it to rest until I prep other things. 2 hours will be sufficient for the resting time. I'm making tomato and fenugreek leaves chutney, Menthe Soppin tomato chutney, with a tablespoon of sesame oil, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, 12 cashew nuts, an inch of ginger, and 4 garlic cloves, 2 green chilies, 1 dry red chili, 12 peppercorns, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, jeerke, 6 tomatoes chopped. And once they become soft, I add in handful of fresh menthe soppu, fenugreek leaves. It will take at least 4 minutes for it to be cooked. You can add in a splash of water if you feel the need, and you see if the bottom gets sticking. We will let it cool down completely before grinding it into a chutney. Many of you ask me how I make the green chili paste at home. This is how I do it. I have washed the fresh green chilies. I have removed the stalk and then I blend them with salt in a mixie jar. Now the amount of salt, you have got to be a little generous for the chili paste to last for long. So what I do is make it small portions like this, in which way I do not have to add a lot of salt. Very important to bear in mind to store it in a porcelain or glass container. If you're using a steel spoon, make sure to remove it straight away after using. I store it in the refrigerator and I use the green chili paste for almost everyday cooking. Kids are eating it. When you get the whole chilies in your mouth, it becomes really strong for them. But green chili paste, because it's nicely grinded, it's easier for children as well, and it's easier for adults to cook when you're expecting children in the party. Let's grind the Menthe Soppin tomato chutney. As this is in preparation for tomorrow, I have sealed it with cling film for freshness. I make a dip ready with grated cucumber, salt, a teaspoon of sappan pudi, which is dariya dal powder, coriander leaves, and yogurt. Now the quantity of the yogurt entirely depends on how much you want to add. A nice creamy cucumber yogurt dip that we at home call it as masarkai. I have added just half a teaspoon of chaat masala as well to finish off. I transfer it straight away in a serving bowl and keeping it ready. I'm using courgettes now. I should have used only one. That would have been very sufficient. But anyways, with everyone being at home, we will easily finish off this palya. Now I'm going to use this palya in stuffing idlis. I've shown this recipe previously using the leftovers, but today I'm showing the whole recipe in detail, making it fresh from the beginning.
Bye, Mommy G. Bye, Betty G.
Including the stuffing recipe, which is the courgette palya, with 2 tablespoons of oil, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, curry leaves, courgettes that I've cut in small size. We give it a good stir and then cover it up with a lid that has a steam, in which way you will not need a lot of oil and the vegetables will get cooked faster. As you can see the change in color, the veggies are tender. I add in 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of green chili paste, salt to taste, half a cup of grated coconut and coriander leaves. This courgette palya is now ready. Now to make a green chutney, I have handful of mint leaves, coriander leaves, an inch of ginger, salt to taste, lime, aloo bhujia, it's around a tablespoon. We can use this chutney for making chats and you can enjoy it in your sandwiches or with chapathis as well. I'm making chia seeds majige with low-fat yogurt. This yogurt is sour in taste, making it perfect for this recipe as we want it to be tangy. Adding in sufficient amount of water, salt to taste, a tablespoon of chia seeds, an inch of fresh ginger crushed. I have set everything in the refrigerator now. One last thing to do is to make chapatis for today. Sometimes I do like to use my rolling pin occasionally. So if you have the time on hand and you are in a good mood, then rolling can be fun as well. I roll them into small discs and then smear oil. Fold them into triangles to get layers of chapatis. I roll them into big size. Try and use less wheat flour when rolling. This will help in getting super soft chapatis. Shoyu helps me in making them on the tawa. So these are the few dishes that I made for today.
Keep on top of each other, but because there's loads of chapati.
Following morning, I took a shower, got ready the first thing in the morning, saving up time, and just in case guests arrive, I am ready that I can attend to them, keeping them occupied and still continue cooking. So this is what I have been following these days. Keeping the tank of water ready with lemon and mint leaves. I've taken out the seeds from the lemon. As I do every chore, I tick off the items on the list, and this helps me to know what I'm still yet to do. I've soaked all the essentials like tur dal, millets, tamarind overnight, which will be helpful to get started straight away the first thing in the morning. I have little millets that I set cooking directly. It will take 12 minutes to get cooked. And parallelly, I've started chopping Tondekai, ibi gourd, that I chop in small bits. Millets are cooked. I'm making millet mosaranna, so this has to cool down completely. And in a pressure cooker with a teaspoon of oil, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, a teaspoon of urad dal, curry leaves, handful of moong dal, tondekai, half a teaspoon of green chili paste, 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric powder, salt to taste, very little of water. Say to cover just the bottom base. We pressure cook it for 1 whistle. Now to make beetroot talu, I have grated beetroot thick. In a pan with a tablespoon of oil, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, curry leaves, a teaspoon of urad dal, grated beetroot, a splash of water. It gets cooked very fast. And the recipes, whatever you cook, will taste very nice if you have that crunch in them and if it's not overcooked. Adding in salt, a teaspoon of red chili powder, and I add in coriander leaves as well later. Now to make millet mosaranna, we have little millets cooked, adding in water, salt, combining it first and then adding in yogurt and oat milk, nice and slurpy. For the tadka, I have oil, mustard seeds, chana dal, urad dal, curry leaves, I also add pomegranate seeds and coriander leaves, making my very favorite chia seeds pudding with oat milk that I have set to warm up for 2 minutes in the microwave. Now the beauty of this dessert, it's very healthy, super easy to make, that you cannot go wrong and gets done literally in minutes. I've been tweaking this recipe in so many ways, adding in different flavors every time I make it, and it tastes excellent. A teaspoon of dry rose petals, 4 teaspoons of chia seeds. Chia seeds need to fluff up, which will take around 15 to 20 minutes time. I'm using the tart cases to make stuffed idlis. A little change in shape makes the whole dish a total different recipe to see and to eat as well. I'm using the electric cooker, filling up the base with water, setting it to cook and for the water to start boiling. I've shown this in my previous video. I loved it so much that I wanted my guests to give it a try as well to this recipe of mine. I greased the case with oil, filling up the case half with idli batter and then scooping in a teaspoon of gorget palya, filling it up and covering the rest with idli batter again. I use a plate to keep them and then place a ring inside the cooker and plate on top of the ring. We set it to be steamed for 10 minutes time. With all the dishes now ready, I set the rest of the things like plates and glasses. I'm using the frozen waffles in the toaster to make waffle chats, and I use a fork to lift up the idlis from the tart cases without disturbing the shape. Shreya gives me a hand in making the charts. She cuts the waffles into bite size, so one waffle into 4 bites. I have a powder mix which is a combination of chaat masala, amchur powder, black salt, red chili powder, cumin powder that we sprinkle in all over the waffles, and Shreya gets the green chutney on them and the katamita chutney, save, coriander leaves and pomegranate seeds. Looks like I have accidentally turned off the screen in a rush. So sorry, couldn't capture the other elements. I'm going to link up the waffle chart recipe video at the end of this video for you all to have a look at. We almost got everything ready just in time. And so the kitchen countertop, the island looks really nice, colorful and presentable with all very healthy party food.
I go to Easter. Lakshmi temple.
Come sit here. Come in front down. Mr. Sherry.
We will be come first.
What do you think?
It's really nice. Sharon, come in.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ?
If I stand
Everybody's
behind you,
sick.
darling.
Yeah. Okay.
That's better.
I think,
It's
I
really,
like seeing
it's
that.
the third dimension. Really.
Yeah, one still.
She's like
Technology.
super
It's
skinny.
probably taken 100 photos and they can select the best one.
I'll get something.
That's how she does read it.
Yes.
She's the SME, subject matter expert.
SME?
The subject matter expert. I mean, in office we
Oh
use
my
that.
god, that's a bit too much now.
Here is the lovely bunch of family and dear friends. We have had the best time talking, enjoying food and catching up with each other as it had been a very long time.
Juice cola.
Huge buildings, and aerospace, satellites, hulls, marine. So that's sort of insurance there, not the domestic one.
This is Shreya.
It was a long time.
Well, if there's some creative way around it, shake that up.
I wish to do this more often with this beautiful set of people who are not just close to us being related, but it's the bond, the warmthness, the good feel being together.
I feel like I've really come to an Indian gourmet experience.
Almost like salad.
We have had the best time talking, enjoying food and catching up with each other as it had been a very long time. So in today's platter, we have green chutney, tomato and menthe soppin chutney, beetroot talu, Tondekai palya, chapathis, stuffed idlies, rice, but I'm enjoying all of it again the following day, so it's black rice for me. Waffle chaat, chia seeds majjige, cucumber dip, millet mosaranna, sambar and chia seeds pudding. We later had an amazing evening after food and I so wish to do it all over again. I hope you found this video useful to make a healthy spread of party food for your loved ones. Thank you so much for watching this video in full. See you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.